sense of space. We drift and we roam, finding our place in the vastness we call home. With courage and wonder we reach for the light, guided by visions that illuminate the night. Mystery cloaked in the vast unknown, truth and discovery seeds we sow. In the starlit wonder we seek the key to unlock the secrets of our galaxy. Chasing the dreams that fill the night. Stars are our compass and time is our friend. Together we'll journey where stories transcend. Mystery cloaked in the vast unknown, truth and discovery seeds we sow. In the starlit wonder we seek the key to unlock the secrets of our galaxy. Through endless horizons our spirits ignite, chasing the dreams that fill the night. Stars are our compass and time is our friend. Together we'll journey where stories transcend. Through endless horizons our spirits ignite, chasing the dreams that fill the night. Chasing the dreams that fill the night. We sing for the nights we would not name. I sing for our name, a wonder we seek the key to unlock the secrets of our galaxy. First and flow with the cosmos, whisper our name. A symphony of wonder under a celestial reflex. In the deep lasting moment, our wisdom grows. In the dance of the universe, the truth flows. In the quiet of the night, we dream and fly, with questions that echo through an endless sky. Bound by the stars, our story unfolds. In the universe, our destinies are told. We travel through the cosmos, ready for the flight. Together we'll shine, casting shadows aside. In the heart of the rhythm where our dreams collide.
Join the Subnation X quest, the truth is our guide. In the vast expanse, it's where we reside. Hands up to the sky, let the bass ignite. Feel the grooves around us, everything's alright.
From the Subnation X quest, the truth is our guide. In the vast expanse, it's where we reside. Hands up to the sky, let the bass ignite. Feel the grooves surround us, everything's alright. SNX radio, let the truth ignite. Together we'll shine, bring shadows to light. In this cosmic dance, we're connecting the dots.
Tune into the frequency, let's explore the spots. Heavy bass drops with tight beats.
Illuminate the shadows, the echo of our call.
On this roller we will never fall.
Feel the energy rising, can you sense the spark? As we dive deeper into the cosmic arc.
Stories of the universe, mysteries unfold. In in the heart of SNX, where the truth is gold. Every note we play, every line we write, crafting our legacy, shining ever bright. SNX radio, let the truth ignite. Together we'll shine, bringing shadows to light. In this cosmic dance, we're connecting the dots. Tune into the frequency, let's explore the spot. Here in the spotlight, we're taking our turn. With the fire in our hearts, let the passion burn. SNX radio's call, ringing through the air. Together we rise, together we dare. So join us now, let the rhythm flow. With SNX radio, we're ready to go. Unraveling the mystery side by side, we stand hand in hand. In this dance of truth, let the story expand.
Take the journey, come on, let's go. Oh yeah, where the stars and secrets glow. Subnation X radios glow. In the night, we'll ride the show into the unknown, unknown, where mysteries are shown. Dance to the beat we own. Oh, yeah. Come with us and let it go. Night sky whispers in the dark. Secret trails will leave a mark. Follow close, ignite that spark. We're gonna ride, it's just the start. Into the unknown, unknown, where mysteries are shown. Dance to the beat we own. Oh, yeah. Come with us and let it go. Feel the rhythm, feel the night. Every heartbeat, pure delight. So mysteries come to light. Hold on tight, it's out of sight. Into the unknown, unknown, where mysteries are shown. Dance to the beat we own. Oh, yeah. Come with us and let it go. Feel the rhythm, feel the night. Let every heartbeat, pure delight. Mysteries come to light. Hold on tight, it's out of sight. Into the unknown, unknown, where mysteries are shown. Dance to the beat we own. Oh, yeah. Come with us and let it go. cosmic dust, unveil secrets we can trust. In the still of the night, when shadows creep, whispers of secrets in silence seep. Coley's voice cuts through the dark, guiding us where the mystery spark. A journey awaits, far from our home, through realms unseen where wild thoughts roam. With experts aligned, their truths to share, unfolding the fabric of cosmic despair. Take the leap, step into the night. With SNX radio, we will ignite a symphony of strange where the bass drops low. Journeying deep where the unknown flows. UFOs glisten in the starlit sky. ET whispers, look up, don't be shy. Paranormal tales woven into fate, as Coley invites us to contemplate. Feel that chill when shadows align. Experiences unfold, one of a kind. Off-world encounters, truths they must find. Open your heart, release your mind. Take the leap, step into the light. With SNX radio, we will ignite a symphony of strange where the bass drops low. Journeying deep where the unknown flows. Life beyond the veil of sight, what secrets kept from our human plight. Coley's conversations stir the thread, an awakening call for the living and the dead. Take the leap, step into the night. With SNX radio, we will ignite a symphony of strange where the bass drops low. Journeying deep where the unknown flows. As the echoes fade and the night draws near, the truths we seek become crystal clear. With SNX radio, keep your mind open wide, for in this journey we all confide.
Hello and welcome everybody back to another weekend of SNX Radio. We got a very, very special guest on tonight. This is not the first time that he's been on, but absolutely amazing. Never ceases to amaze me. So without further ado, our special guest tonight is Agge Nost, season 1, episode 53. So Agge was born on a Norwegian farm, managed families. Young, learned hypnosis and studied metaphysics, spirituality, and language. After agricultural college, and military service, he moved to the U.S., earning extensive aviation credentials at Emory School. And we both share that, but Agge made it further than I did. So, but yes, nonetheless, we both went to aviation school. So I just absolutely love talking with Agge. But he's had so many amazing accomplishments. He was a commercial pilot, a flight instructor. He co-founded Arrowhead Airways, taught aviation, and logged over 10,000 flight hours. Way to go! And yes, and then he's been all over. I was just talking to the assistant director of MUFON out of Nebraska. Everybody's got really good things to say about Aggie. So I just, I wanted to throw that out there that, I do get a lot of stuff, and he probably doesn't always get to hear this, but absolutely amazing. Everybody's always said how wonderful his information has been. I mean, he really brings it every time. He co-authoring in Alien Encounters, America's Midwest, hosting radio KTKT, and then Arrival on TV, The Hidden Truth, Access News, running for Congress Libertarian, Arizona 2000. That's awesome. Producing Aliens and Agenda 21 documentary, another huge, love it, love it. Yeah, so he's got his website, broadcast team Alpha. If you've never seen what he's got going on, definitely check out that. Check out his work. And two, we'll bring him on here too, so he can kind of give his own explanation. So that did not do him justice at all. But before I get started here, really quick, we want to welcome Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Twitter, X, and Rumble we'll be adding, and we will also be adding Amazon Prime here, so it's getting really close to getting that done. For those episodes that we did not get up there, we will go ahead and we will republish those, so everybody gets an opportunity. So in chat, I see, hey, Scott Rodden, hey, Polly girl, look, stay tuned for Polly. Polly's got some great work out there. Rodderman, look for some of the stuff she's done, and she's gonna be back on. Hey, Kurt W75, I just ran into you somewhere. No, we were over on Rob's channel before. I guess it was yesterday. Oh, Mabel. Oh, Magneticus. I love you guys. That's Paul, and oh gosh, what a great William. I hope you're feeling better. I saw you kind of had some stuff going on. So, and then we got Rodney in the chat. He'll figure out what's going on. And Cassandra, hello. And then we got Scott again. So, yes, this is great. Great, great, great. I mean, thank you so much for that. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and unmute our guest and bring him on. Well, he's got to. You have to unmute yourself, there, Aggie. It's not letting me do it because you muted it.
Hello, hello. Here I am again.
Hello. Oh boy, and you don't sound like you're in a barrel either. So that's great.
You sound like you're still in the barrel. I hope it's a good barrel though. Maybe a whiskey barrel at least. That should be.
Is it really sounding like that again? Oh gosh.
Yeah, well, I can hear you, so it's okay.
Okay, well, I will go from there. Yeah. So if anybody in chat, if you if there's something going on with the audio, StreamYard has done some upgrades again, and as they do, they turn our world upside down. So with that being said, Agge, you, the man, the myth, the legend, like everybody. I was even talking with Jeff Mara podcast, and he's everybody's got such great things to say, and you've been on the leading edge of things on the woo train or the fringe, but hey, it's all coming to surface now. So it's pretty amazing. You've got an absolutely amazing journey. So, and a phenomenal amount. So today we are talking 5G and the ascension process.
Yeah, well, in years past, I have, and probably you too, we've been out on the fringes a little bit, but those fringes, they're coming close now. We're living those fringes. There are verifications. A lot of stuff that we thought of it just totally way out there now. We're starting to get confirmation on it. So I'm just wondering, what are we going to learn tomorrow? I'm just waiting for new stuff be confirmed again. And I think we got several things going on. One of them is the raising of consciousness can no longer be argued against. Everybody, I think, feels it. Unless, of course, you are one of those people that believe we have 78 different genders and believe in flat earth. Maybe you just slip by it, but the thing is that we feel the time is going faster.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
that is so true.
I get up in the morning and I have a coffee and bingo, it's noon. I mean, it just happens to you.
And it's
So,
great too, like karma. It's like usually you'd be thinking about somebody, or I'd be talking about somebody, and it might be 6 weeks before I ran into him. Now it's like I run into him 20 minutes down the road. It's like wow,
yeah,
everything just seems like it's accelerating.
absolutely. And there are more and more strange stuff happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are more people reporting they see shadow people in the house. And I've heard, I mean, I have a friend here in Tucson. He didn't believe in anything paranormal at all until he says, I saw something in the house. There was
Oh,
somebody
really?
standing next to me, and when I looked over, he was gone. Well, he's coming over to our camp now. So
Oh,
things
you got a
happen.
visitor. Yeah.
Once you have one strange thing happen to you got to ask yourself, what else is there that I don't know? And that,
And it's when we put slap all these labels on things, it's like the paranormal is normal. It's like some of the stuff that, and you're right, and the people that, and when I said that on the fringe, I mean, you can look back at your work and the things that you were saying going back 10, 15 years ago, and it's coming to now. So that's either you're, predicting the future, which I know
yeah.
is not, necessarily the case. But so that's you took a lot of flack going and sometimes like with stuff, and I'm cheering you on. Like that's awesome. It's finally starting to come full circle where people I think, oh well, that
Yeah.
wasn't that crazy after all, or that wasn't impossible at all. So
Hmm.
yeah, I give you a lot of credit for that.
Yeah, and then we have this concept a lot of people are talking about, and that is that I can't wait until we get up in 5D. Okay, first of all, we don't know, or they don't know, what happens there. When you are in 5D, what you think about happens. And what, well, the thinking part of it is more important probably, but you gotta watch yourself because you become telepathic. Now, I'm gonna ask you and the listeners a question. How would you feel being around your family, friends, and strangers that you talk to and meet, and they would read your thoughts? Do you think that most people are ready for 5D?
No.
No.
They don't know what's even coming. Oh God.
People have too many secrets. They don't want everybody
Mhm.
to read their thoughts. And in the beginning, we probably wouldn't really recognize that it is the thought of the other person. We would think that, oh, yeah, we just imagine that. But after a while, it's going to descend on you that, wait a minute, he thought that.
Right.
So
And
now
how
we,
you send it too. It's not just like you're sending words telepathically. You're sending, visions, clips. It's not just like people that think that I think it's down to words. No, no, you're able to send a lot of information and then right into somebody's mind. Yeah,
mhm.
that's not going to be good.
Yeah, and there are several levels of the 5D also. In the lower levels, we're probably safe, where we can keep our thoughts to ourselves. But
Mm-hmm.
once you start accelerating up to the higher levels, whatever you think about happens in the next maybe day or so. Because the
Oh wow.
universe,
So you, as a creator, you're saying that like that
yeah,
usual how you're building thing. Okay. So
we,
people better be very careful what they're thinking right now.
oh, absolutely, because the universe have a way to accommodate your thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
especially if their thoughts go and get placed into the universal mind with intention, especially emotion and love. If you love something and you place it there, the universe, let me play on words here, look at that concept you're thinking about and say, wait a minute, that is a lot of emotion and love in that. I'm going to help you get that. So we need to make sure what we think about is good things for the
Mm-hmm.
good of all, including ourselves and other people. If you are telepathic and you go to your Christmas dinner and you meet your brother in law and he's a jerk and you think it, how do you think he's going to feel about that? So
Right.
here we go. We got to, most people are not ready for 5D at that level. But at the very lowest level of 5D, that goes down into the astral worlds. So the lower levels of the astral world is not the place to be.
Mm-mm.
Ask,
No.
ask any astral traveler, they will tell you there are people there or entities there that got killed in accidents, they died from heart attack, they got shot or whatever when they dropped the body, and it was so quick and an accident, and they don't, some of them don't even know they're dead. They're just hanging out wondering what's going on, because those are people that had very little, if any, spiritual knowledge. They don't know about going to the light,
Mm.
they don't know about the higher levels of consciousness where everything is bliss. They have no clue. So they get trapped in the lower levels. Now, there is a saying out there, and that is that no one dies alone. That is normally true. When you get ready to graduate from this existence, someone comes to bring you home. Usually a parent or someone that really cares about you. So, but if there are accidents also beyond the veil, if
Mm.
you if there was an unplanned accident where you got killed, someone might not be there.
Oh
So
wow.
you get trapped in the lower level of the astral world if you have no spiritual knowledge. So that's
Can
what
I
it
ask
is.
you real quick that this really bothers me about it is I was, the white light, go to the white light. Now they're saying don't go to the golden light because that's gonna shoot you right back to Earth. Like, do you think there's any of that mixed in here, or do you think that's? I mean, I guess I have to ask.
Yeah, uh, I couldn't catch all that. Could say that
Okay,
again?
yeah, no, I did say that really fast. I'm gonna keep talking, I tell you. No, people were saying, I think Jack Valet was probably one of the first ones that were coming out and saying, no, we've been telling people to go to the light, but the light, the white light or the false light sends you right back to Earth. And I don't think I'm gonna come back here like right away. I don't know about you, Aggie, but I'm just not coming back here right away. So I'm just wondering if you've heard anything like that before.
Well, I see the word unconditional love here, and if you are, if you have a higher level of consciousness to the point where you feel love about everything around you, every person around you, you're not going to have anything to worry about
Mm-hmm.
because you are then ready for something higher. And this is for everybody out there that kind of is a nuts and bolt person that think if I can't see it, feel it, taste it, throw it in the air and shoot holes in it, then it doesn't exist. Well, think about this. If you ever drop the body and find yourself in darkness, that has happened. People have had near death experience and they come back from being in total darkness. Or if they are in a realm where there are other entity and they feel uncomfortable and maybe afraid, that's common for a few of the near-death experiences. So there is something called the spiritual telephone. I know I've talked about this before and
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of sound goofy, but there is one. And that, remember,
Mm.
spiritual entities are telepathic. So if you find yourself in an uncomfortable situation,
Yeah.
think think of someone that you love that has already passed on. Feel the love and feel the emotion of seeing them in front of you and tell them, come and get me. If you do
Mm.
that,
Okay.
they very likely will get the message and they will come and get you and take them to where they are.
All right, Grandma, I'm gonna be calling for you someday, so you better get ready. Come help me out here. That's a
Yeah,
good. That actually makes me feel like I thought, man, I hope I'm not sending people to the wrong place. You know, because I'd go through a place, say find the light, go towards the light, and then everybody's saying don't go towards the light. So I felt a little accountability in there. But yeah, no, that's a great way of explaining it. Great way.
yeah.
So,
I see. Despair is hope, and that is pretty close. We got to remember though that hope is not a plan.
hmm,
We got a plan, and by plan, a plan involves action. Some of that action may involve meditation, study of spiritual things, listening to spiritual videos, or especially the ones that involve the science in spiritual videos like Greg Braden, Joe Dispenza, and Bruce Lipton, and people like that, or some of the stuff that I do. If you listen to those, it's almost like associate with him on a daily basis because then you get raised up to the vibration that they are putting out for you.
mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
I associate with Greg Braden every day. I never met the guy, but I associate with him because it doesn't have to be in person. I watch his videos, I read his books, I everything he does, I read it or watch it or hear it,
That's
and
awesome.
that has helped me a lot. So the ascension part is something that we are along for the ride. Earth or Gaia is
Yeah.
raising its vibration because where we are in the great circle around the galaxy, there's nothing we can do to stop that. So we are along for the ride and we are going to a higher vibration. Now, the higher vibration may be one vibration where you still will be able to keep some of your privacy and all your secrets, but others, they can go on to higher spiritual realms where there is bliss. And some of that, we take the physical body with us. How do you think I know that? Because, first of all, as an astral traveler, I've seen some evidence of it, but there is this person That is Father Tiso. He was a Catholic priest, and he was commissioned by the Catholic Church to go to India and to Tibet, Bhutan, and wherever they sent him over there to find an answer to the rumor they had heard that people actually were ascending and took the body with them. It took him about a year before he found a monastery where somebody was able to agree with him, and yeah, we do these end of life parties. And people that has decided that they want to leave, they ascend. He said he had pictures of his website of the two different people that had died physically, and a day later there were nothing left of the body. Actually, that's not totally true. There were some hair and a few nails and I think something like that. Everything else disappeared. And
Wow.
then there were other people. They told him that they were sitting in meditation and turned into a ball of light, and they were gone. So he came back with that report to the Catholic Church. And if you want to hear how he talks about it, go to Broadcast Team Alpha. Nori and I have a podcast there. Go into the show and go down into the shows until you find Father Tiso. We interviewed him, and he talks about how the ascension actually worked, that he was able to observe.
That's
That
amazing. It's broadcast alpha, right, Agge?
Broadcast Team Alpha.
Oh, Team Alpha. I'm gonna send it to you, and because I would like to put that out into the chat so everybody has that.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure that I have it's
it's
broadcast team,
it's probably close to a year ago that we did that, so it's down in the shows a little ways.
and then it's
But the
.com, right?
ascension process is real. Yeah,
Yeah, no, I definitely. If
even
you
the
could check
Christians
private
talk.
chat or private comment, I just make sure I have this correct. I just want to post it out there for everybody so they can go and check out your site and check out your resources are unbelievable. So
Yeah, even the Christians talk about it. They call it rapture. They say
right.
that when that happens, people will disappear. And that goes way back before Christianity, back into the Jewish or Hebrew religions. They talk about people disappearing. So it's an old concept. And behind those concepts that people call, oh yeah, that's a myth, behind the myths or the concept that has lasted that long, there is usually a pearl of truth.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, definitely. There's always
Yeah.
an element of truth. There's always. I just want to say shout out real quick to Woo Riders, the DG, that's our Derek, and also to JB Notesworthy. She's pretty amazing, so definitely check out her channel. Um, and Midnight Night Watchers. Before I get too far, I just want to say hello to you and thank you for your support. So yeah, we got a great chat in here going, and you've got quite a few people over on the Twitter
Mm.
watching live. They I think a lot of them watch, but if again Twitter, X, Twix, whatever, if you just go ahead and click on that video, I did see somebody come through today and share it, so that's great. You're able to ask questions on there. So showing we got at least we're pretty close to 400 live on there. So I know a lot of people listen as they're driving on the road or whatever, but definitely, if you have a question, put it in all caps, and we would be more than happy to get those answered. So take it
Yeah,
away. Yeah.
yeah. Questions are okay. If I can answer, I will. If I not, then you figure it out. So anyway, now there is something else that is very important that we are going to go through, and maybe we already are, and that
Mm.
is there will be a split in this timeline. And that means that the people that are ready to accelerate consciousness into a higher vibration, they will do so. The ones that aren't, they're going to be left behind. They will also accelerate, but to a different timeline, to a different location. So
Mm.
the reason I know this is because first of all, I don't know what I mentioned last time I was on here. Did I mention the 7 foot tall non-human being that I have a visit with every so often?
Like the
Did I mention?
Slender Man? You have mentioned it before, but you have not gone into detail about it. I would love to hear more about it.
So I have not explained that, have I?
Not fully, no. So I would
Okay.
love to hear that.
There is that is an entity
Hmm.
that I met actually over 15 years ago back in Europe. Or should I say, he came and visited me. And when I came to the United States in 1972 to go to flight school, the Christmas after that, and I went back to Norway just to celebrate Christmas and so on. And I went back to the farm that I had before I left. Now we sold the farm, so someone else owned it. And I walked into the forest just to kind of feel the place. I walked in, we have an extensive forest at the time, and I walked in there, and there is a Viking grave mound that is probably about, I don't know, maybe 20 foot tall, quite sizable. And I crawled up on top of it and I sat down to meditate. And after a little while, I could hear like there was somebody turning on a faucet, there was water running. And I remember thinking, that's strange. In the middle of the forest, there's no water here. So I opened my eyes up. And there he was standing in front of me on top of the grave mound, about 7 foot tall. And he had a robe on, white robe with gold around the cufflinks and the collar. And he was standing there. It didn't say anything right away. And it scared the chocolate out of me. And
Yeah, I bet it did.
I jumped up and ran down and I headed out of there as fast as I could. And I could hear the voice in my head saying, "Where are you going?" And I thought about
Mm.
that. I figured that if he really wanted to get me, he probably could by now. So I walked back up on the mound and I sat down on that rock up there. And that became uncomfortable because he was so tall. So I raised up and I stood in front of him.
Oh, wow.
And we had a conversation. Actually, it was mostly a him talking, me listen deal, but I did ask some questions. And one of the questions was, "What is your name?" And he said, "We do not use names. When we contact others, we think of them as the image of them, and that makes the contact." And
Right.
yeah, so, but he's also said, if you absolutely need a name, call me Lowell. Loul, I guess that's the closest I could get.
So when
And
you see him, it just I guess can you give me a little like back end of the story? Like, where, what do you look like? What moment? I mean, was it a pivotal moment in your life? Like that's a pretty big thing.
Yeah.
I did not realize.
Yeah, the thing is that he was lit up like a light bulb. So he was all lit up. I could see him within the light, but
Oh, cool.
the light was stronger, so it obstructed a little bit of the detailed physicality. If there even was a physicality, or it was just an image that he projected to me, I'm not sure. Because
Mm.
he has come many times since that. But I also asked him, "Where are you from?" And he said, "I am from here." Then he pointed to his chest. With other words, I didn't understand it at the time, but he came from within the mind of all of us. Now I understand, having studied quantum mechanics a little bit, I understand that we are all one. That doesn't mean that we are one individual projection of it, but we are all one because we are connected as one.
Hmm. Oh yeah, I believe that that collective is definitely coming.
Yeah.
And you know, I was really like dawned on me. I think from our last conversation, I was like,
Hmm.
wow, we're learning a little bit like AI, and now that we're going and we have the collective conscious is definitely more powerful now than ever. If you're not aware of it, I mean, it really is. I guess I don't. The best way I've had to explain it to people is that we're all the same electrical source. I might just be a different appliance, washing machine plugged
Yeah.
in, got a toaster plugged in, like however you got to see this. But we really are. That Christ consciousness comes together. And I mean,
Yeah.
this is an imperative time, definitely.
Yeah. And he told me some other things that I should consider doing. And he must have said several times through that first and later also, but through the first contact, told me several times, don't give up because we will be with you. So don't
Hmm.
give up. And I could relate to that because coming to the United States, going to flight school, right off of the farm, boy, oh boy, was that hard. I wanted to give up so bad, but I couldn't. I burned my bridge. I just couldn't. I had to complete. So I buried myself in the studies and it worked. I became a professional pilot and I flew for 23 years. But he had come later also, and there was a recent visit where he talked about the split of the timeline. And I want to mention
Mm,
that to us because this timeline that we're on is not the only one we are in.
you're
There
right.
are other parallel timelines to us with all the stuff that we see and other things in it. And we are in many of those. But a majority of our consciousness are staying in this one. We also have, of course, consciousness in all the other timelines, but they are separated from this one.
Hmm.
So he said the split of the timeline would mean if we accelerate our consciousness to a certain level, we move on, and there is a place for the physicality in it. So that can come with us. Now, what
Oh,
happened
that's
to the
interesting.
old body, I don't know, because evidently we leave that behind or that goes with us. That was not clear to me. I don't know. And I get that question a lot. In order to go to 5D, do I have to die? No, you don't. So I think that the worries about that should be left behind. We don't even have to. What he talked about in this timeline is something that there will be two kinds of humans on Earth. One of them will be the natural human being like me and probably you, since you did not take that stupid thing we put in the arm here about 3-4 years ago.
Never.
Because if you did, you are no longer natural human. That is nanobots. That is small microbic computer chips. And that is being activated by other things that you have in your presence. And
So
this way,
in saying that, is there any way that I just recently went through a Cambo detox, and I never have put anything into my body like that ever. But I'm just wondering, for the people who may be thinking, hey, this wasn't really a great idea, and now we got these nano bots and whatever else, and weird blood clots, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Is there something that you recommend for a detox? People ask me all the time for detox things, and I always ask somebody else, like the professional.
You are on YouTube, aren't you?
Yes. You can't believe everything on YouTube.
It's dangerous to talk about that on YouTube.
No, I've had mine shut down. Like, this is the third time, so I'm okay with it. Yeah. I hear you though.
The Gestapo, they don't like that stuff.
Yeah, so, and I know, and I try really hard not to censor.
But there is some things you can do. I'm gonna do a video on that shortly. Okay. So stay in touch, and then I'm gonna go into detail on it, and I'm gonna place it in a platform, Ascension TV, where they cannot touch it. So I'm gonna place it over there. So because there is some things we can do. We can clean the body, and we can, well, just for the fun of it, there is something I have on my back of a phone that blocks, you can't see this, it's a magnet, a specific frequency of the magnet that is on the back of the phone that blocks the radiation from reaching your head. So there's things like that you can do also. And you can probably Google that and find it. In fact, that's simple.
We have Magneticus, who's, oh my gosh, he's the guru. He helps me decipher a lot of stuff. And I was wondering, thinking, man, with all of this knowledge and ability that everybody has here, and just the connections, I mean, we should be doing something more and putting this together and testing it. But I did not know that you were coming up with that. So I'm really excited. If I can help, get that around, let me know. But I just went real quick. We're at the top of the hour. I know we just had a little bit of StreamYard and its little upgrades. I turn our world upside down just for a week. So we're good. We are good. We got Aggie here, and so we're just going to take at the top of the hour 5-minute break, and we will be coming back to you. So get those questions ready. Again, like I said, we are going out live on Facebook, quite a few places, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Kick, and we will be adding Rumble, and look out for us on Amazon Prime. That will be coming soon. So on that note, I'm going to put Aggie back in the green room, and I'm
a story to tell of courage untold. Rise up from memories, watch us take control. Echoes of yesterday feed our fight. From shadows to light, we'll take flight. In this race, embrace our might. Hold our dreams, got the future in sight. Rise up high, let courage unbind. Erase the past, keep future in mind. Every step forward, no looking behind. We own this moment, leave fear confined.
let's go. Oh yeah, where the stars and secrets flow. Subnation X Radio. The journey, come on, let's go. Oh yeah, where the stars and secrets flow. Subnation X. Unraveling the mystery, secrets in the night. We travel through the cosmos, ready for the flight. Together we shine, casting shadows aside. In the heart of the rhythm where our dreams collide.
Join the Subnation X quest, the truth is our guide. In the vast expanse, it's where we reside. Hands up to the sky.
In the skies they're cruising fast. Truths are buried in the past. Lights are blinking through the night. Secrets hidden out of sight. Stars reflecting coded blinks. Messengers from distant wings. Whispers travel through the air. Signs of life beyond despair. Let the veil no more disguise. We'll uncover all their lies. Truth embargo meets your end. On this journey you will transcend. Mysteries in cosmic dust. Unveil secrets we can trust. Hidden realms the shadow play. Night gets brighter every day. Voices from the great unknown. Echoes of a world they've shown. Across galaxies they roam. We're not in this fight alone. In the still of the night when shadows creep, whispers of secrets in silent sleep. Coley's voice cuts through the dark, guiding us where the mysteries spark. A journey awaits, far from our home, through realms unseen where wild thoughts roam. With experts aligned, their truths to share, unfolding the fabric of cosmic despair. Take the leap, step into the night. With SNX radio we will ignite. A symphony of strange where the bass drops low. Journeying deep where the unknown flows. UFOs glisten in the starlit sky. ET whispers, look up, don't be shy. Paranormal tales woven into fate as Coley invites us to contemplate. Feel that chill when shadows align. Experiences unfold one of a kind. Off-world encounters, truths they must find. Open your heart, release your mind. Take the leap, step into the light. With SNX radio we will ignite. A symphony of strange where the bass drops low. Journeying deep where the unknown flows. A life beyond the veil of sight. What secrets kept from our human plight. We drift and we roam, finding our place in the vastness we call home. With courage and wonder, we reach for the light, guided by visions that illuminate the night. Mystery cloaked in the vast unknown, truth and discovery seeds we sow. In the starlit wonder, we seek the oh yeah, where the stars and secrets flow. Subnation X radios glow. In the night, we'll ride the show into the unknown, unknown, where mysteries are shown, shown. Dance to the beat we own. Oh, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Night sky whispers in the dark.
Sounding great.
There you go. I can hear you now.
Leave a mark.
All right.
Follow close, ignite that spark. We're on a ride, it's just the start. Into the unknown, unknown, where mysteries are shown, shown. Dance to the beat we own, oh, yeah. Come with us and let it go, go. Feel the rhythm, feel the night. Every heartbeat, pure delight. Mysteries come to light. Hold on tight, it's out of sight. Into the unknown, unknown, where mysteries are shown, shown. Dance to the beat we own, oh, yeah. Come with us and let it go, go. Feel the rhythm, feel the night. Let every heartbeat, pure delight. Mysteries come to light. Hold on tight, it's out of sight. It's out of sight. Into the unknown, unknown.
I can hear something.
Mysteries are shown, shown. Dance to the beat we own. Oh, yeah. Come with us and let it go.
Tell you, there's. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I just got the audio there. We were coming in. So welcome back from our top of the hour 5-minute break. And we are back with our dear friend and special guest is Agge Nost. So yeah, we've gone through some fascinating stuff. And two, I know that the questions that I was seeing, and let me go back through here.
I have some light coming in from through the window, so let me step away for 20 seconds so I can pull the curtains
Sure.
over. You could probably see me better for
Oh
that.
yeah, no, that's great. Okay, great. Yeah, no, so this has been fun. It's always fun having Agge. He's got such an amazing intake. And I see Magneticus, I see you put that cipher in there, and I'm still working on understanding that your brain is brilliant. You have a beautiful mind. So that's absolutely wonderful. But yeah, I know William, he had some questions. And anybody else who has questions, please go ahead. Even on Twitter, you can get in there and question. I know it's a little bit harder to do, but you are able to get in there if you click on it and you expand it. We'd love to hear more from you guys and some of the questions that you do have. So, I guess the biggest questions I have, in especially saying and moving forward with with the 5D and really keeping our thoughts focused and that collective, consciousness that we have. Do you have some sort of mantra or outline, or is that coming in the video of where you could have, because I think that'd be great to get a lot of us at least
Yes.
onto the same page part of the time.
Yeah, that is actually something that Lal communicated to me the last time I met him here not long ago, and that was that there's a message. For many, it will be a warning, but for others, there will be an assurance that we're going to do all right when this is all over. We're going into critical times. Things may look normal, but there is something brewing behind it, and there is a plan. The plan has been laid down, and it is being modified all the time because the future is fluid. All depends on our thoughts and our action and what we believe.
Yeah,
And that is why it is important that we control our thoughts and we believe something that serves us. If we all bury ourselves in all of our problems, you're going to have more problems.
oh, so
So
true.
chances are that is not the thing to do. So because quantum mechanics is showing us that we live in a mind-created universe, and boy, that can be scary for people. But
Oh, yeah.
it is what it is. And whatever we allow to dwell in our mind the most is what we're going to have in our life. Remember that. So let's think positive. There's something about that positive thinking that can really serve us well. We are in control. And he said that we need to plan. We plan for something that can happen in the near future that would look very scary. But by the time we get over with that, through that period, that could be a few months, then everything will be smooth sailing because the world will have understood why the scary thing happened and they accept it so that now you can move on and do more good things. And this is something that when he said prepare, the understanding I got was prepare physically as well as mentally and spiritually. All the physical preparedness, that means store food, make sure you have water for a while, as well as mentally prepared, that is, hang around good people that you trust, that you can rely on, and people that you know will be capable and help you if you need it.
That's a good point. Yeah.
That's a tricky one because this could involve family. Some of our family may not qualify as those kinds of people.
No, I've got a couple in mind, and nope.
Yeah,
It is
and
not
you remember I mentioned your brother-in-law. You know, I'm making fun of the brother. He's probably a good
Yeah.
guy, but if he's a jerk, that don't mean that you have to tell him that. You just don't have to spend a lot of time with him.
Right.
Love him from a distance.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, that will make
Yeah,
more
no,
sense.
my brother-in-law, I shouldn't say this, but he played with the Vikings, and if I don't
Yeah, hopefully he's not
sorry, but
listening.
I don't like football. Yeah, yeah, right. I'm just kidding. No, I'm joking. He knows I can't. But it's like when somebody lives that, and I don't expect him to come over to my paranormal UFO, and arrive like 30 minutes early everywhere. I just don't expect that out of him. So we'll just say that.
Yeah.
It's mutual.
No, and of course, in the middle of this, I could not help it. I had to ask, when are we going to meet our friends from space?
Yes. Yes. And
And
what did they say?
And he said, again, you are in control. If you wish so, you will meet them before others. And
They're not a lot for words when you
Yeah.
ask a question, you don't get a really detailed, you know.
Another thing was, as this is one thing that I had communicated with him before, as well as I saw in a download that I have a good while back. There will be two, um, something that looks like disclosure when you wake up one morning and the sky
Mhm.
is full of flying discs and ships, triangles, long cigars. They'll be sitting there doing nothing.
Are we gonna throw in the gods too?
Yeah, that
Okay.
that will
Yeah,
be when the
your gods are
government
probably
would
gonna
come
be
out
out
and
there
say,
too. Yeah.
yeah, they could come out. Wow, we have aliens. We didn't know. Yeah, sure.
I'm turning
And
around and I'm walking right back in, and I'm gonna try calling every single person I can, but I just fear like, you know, as many times as we've said it, you know, Project Blue Beam is out there. Might not be exactly what you think, but it is going to
mhm,
be a form of it. So, I mean,
the,
prepare yourselves.
he
Prepare.
said, he also said again, as he's communicated one time before, that the first flap of ships are not your friends.
Oh, say that again.
The first many ships that you will see are not your friends. But
Mm.
because now the world is aware of their existence. So now our friends can safely come in and clean up. And those are our friends.
Yes. Yes.
So I don't know how that will unfold. But when I, well, what it was is that when you wake up and see the sky full of ships, so that's probably how it will come. Because I don't think the government is going to come out and say, guess what? We've been lying through you for 80 years.
Yeah,
We're,
right. And we've been experimenting on all of you, okay? Just not
yeah,
just a few of you. Like we've
it's,
just pretty
it,
well, yeah.
it's not going to happen. I think
No, we haven't
people,
told you a full truth, you know, and it's so
yeah,
crazy because people be like, well, how do you think that you could get so many people on board on telling a lie? And I said, well, I don't know. Why don't you have your 6 or 7-year-old go around your neighborhood during Christmas time and ask them if Santa Claus is real or not? And we'll see how that turns out for you because it's that easily done.
yeah.
So it's just, yeah, you people need to. And two, so what do you asked me last time, fair enough. What would you do, Aggie, if you're gonna go out there and I mean, they're pulling out all the stops. There's
Well,
crabs of every kind. I mean, out in your front lawn. What do
well,
you how are you gonna handle it?
he also said some of you will be able to, on the second batch of the flying machines, he said some of you will be able to leave on those ships if you wish so.
Oh, okay. We just
And
got my bags packing.
thinking of the 8 billion people, that could amount to an awful lot of people.
Right?
And
You know, there's so many people are just, and even the non-experiencers, I see them joking, but I'm telling you, if it came down to it, I'm not convinced they wouldn't try and hop on too.
I know, I'm thinking about it. I just, if it feels good, I might. I don't know. But the thing is,
Well, why the
as,
heck? Let's do it. I mean, we might as well see the.
yeah,
I mean, how we're gonna tell people if we don't try it out for
when
ourselves? Yeah.
when we think about that, there could be hundreds of millions of people that would want to. Now, that is going to be one big ship, right? Well, there
Yeah.
are big ships like that because I have a photo on Broadcast Team Alpha in the picture gallery but 5,000 unbelievable pictures in there. And one of the pictures is taken by a probe that we sent around Saturn to go out into further planets. And there is this ship sitting right outside of the outermost ring. Is taken in the infrared spectrum, and it is all the rings are gray on the inside, and this thing is red sitting on the outside.
Is
That
that what's
ship,
going on up there right now? Or
that
no?
ship is 3,000 miles long.
Oh, wow.
A 3,000-mile long ship that is sitting right outside the outer ring on Saturn. So we don't make ships like that.
No, we
And
don't.
that is one of the things Lal told me, that I asked him one time, how come, now how do they create the big ships that is miles and miles long? And he said, they think it into existence. So if somebody, we can in a small way do that here. In fact, we do that on the mastermind sessions we do on Sunday. We create out of seemingly nothing sometimes, but creating a 3,000-mile long ship, that takes a tremendous insight and mind capability.
Yeah. So, okay, so on your show on Sundays, you go ahead and you kind of test the law of attraction, or you all focus on a similar intention, or
Yeah,
I gotta check this out.
law of attraction is just one part of it. There are,
It's the only way that I have to put words to it. So,
yeah,
what would you call it?
yeah. Let's think of it this way: the church tell you how to pray, right? No, they don't. They tell you.
They would tell you just like, yeah. They
They
tell you
they tell you
how
what
to
to.
pay.
Yeah, they tell you what to say, not
Yes.
how to do it,
Oh, I thought you said they tell you how to pay.
because the words that you say, where do they? Where does your prayer go? It's supposed to go out of the physical, in to the quantum existence where the universal mind rules. So now it's not the words that mean anything, they mean next to nothing. It's the mental images and emotion and the feeling and the thought of love that goes with it create one combined vibration that goes into the quantum existence and manifest for you so you can bring it back. The church doesn't teach you that.
No, I went to a Catholic private school, so they didn't. We don't even think we picked up a
Yeah,
Bible. That's
Catholics.
sad, but true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Well, okay, so you're coming out with a document, or I guess what would you call it that we're gonna look for here?
Yeah, you can. In fact, I have some things on Amazon. There is a video there, a documentary that talks about aliens and Agenda 21. That explains what the deep state have in mind for you. And so far, they have succeeded at most of it, except for reducing the population. They flopped with that one, which is good. But I also have a book where I teach your mind teach you how to use your mind in ways you normally would think would be impossible. And that's this book right here. Spiritual
Yeah.
Science, Higher Conscious Thinking, and How to Access the Universal Consciousness. If you go to Amazon, put my name in there or put that title of the book in there, and then read the subjects that I explain in that book. I talk about the simple ways to raise your consciousness, simple ways of connecting with the universal mind through meditation or closing the mind down so the subconscious, with all its capability, can reach into the universal mind, and
Yeah.
manifestation, as well as reversing the aging process. That is one of the things I talk about. It's pretty simple, actually, because the Nobel Prize in 2003, the Nobel Prize was given for the three doctors that discovered an enzyme that reverses the aging process. And it's really simple. I talk about it in the book. In fact, I've been doing it for a while. In a few months, I'm going to be 80 years old, according to my mom. I think she lied to me a lot, though. She,
No,
she told me
you.
she told me about Santa Claus, and that was a lie. The Tooth Fairy was a lie too, and then
Oh,
the Easter
man, I
Bunny.
know. I know.
Yeah,
They rip them all away. Even I asked, the last one was like, "Is the tooth fairy real?" And
yeah,
yeah, no. But let her keep bringing that money. No, you
yeah,
know, it is. I felt horrible. My son figured it out, and I said to him, I was like, you know what? It's about the magic in it.
yes,
I'm not gonna carry this out, but it's about the magic in it. But I think that'd be great. So are you doing any so if we join your show on Sundays, we'll be able
yes.
to kind of do some of
That
these
we do the
exercises?
we do the mastermind sessions on Sunday at 2 o'clock East Coast time, 11 o'clock in Pacific time. And in fact, if you want to check it out and see how
Yeah.
things are created out of nothing, just come and join us and send us an email to themastermindconnection at gmail.com. I'll get the email and I'll send you some information about it and a link to get in and have a look. And if you think that this is something that you want to participate with, which is most likely, then you're welcome to come back and just participate and create wonderful things for yourself. Otherwise,
That's amazing. Can you okay, so is the mastermind connection? Can you give me the rest of that, please? I'm just gonna tag that in the chat for everybody.
yeah, themastermindconnection at gmail.com.
It's Gmail. Okay, I
Yeah,
think I got it correct. If you see an error in there, so it should be okay, but you
okay.
just know. So this is what it would look like. And your vision is like way better than mine. I don't know. Like I've seen you see stuff on. I'm like,
Yeah, that's right. But we also, Nori Love and I, we do a show on Thursday night
you
at
got a great show. Great
yeah,
show.
that's Broadcast Team Alpha. We are on 44 different platforms as well as on Amazon, at YouTube, of course, and a lot of other places. So you'll find us just about anywhere out there. The
Yes.
three TV stations and Roku and a lot of places. So
Oh, you're doing so wonderful. You really have. I mean, you've built this, and I've seen the two of you. I mean, doing absolutely great work. How can people? And I know this is pretty phenomenal that you're opening it up and you're saying, "Hey, we're gonna, go through some of these exercises and things like that."
yeah,
Um, would what can you say to people that are trying to get, like thinking, "Hey, I really do. I think we need to get on the page, like same page, and try some of this stuff out together." And do you ever host like some of those events or type things and kind of help walk
yeah.
people through that?
Yeah, and in fact, if you want to have a look at some of the classes that we have on our website, go to broadcastteamalpha.com, where you have the picture gallery, and you can also go into classes. And you can see I have classes on self-hypnosis, and we have psychic abilities, astro travel. I'll teach you how to do that, as well as another one that is kind of for business people and people that want things to work in their life. There's one about success principles, universal success principles, and how billionaires think. So just go have a look at that and see what you think.
Yeah, that's awesome. See, I didn't even I knew that you had some of this, but I did not know that you had all this. So, what would be, a lot of people will watch us and we obviously have been doing this for quite some time, and I, don't want, especially people who are trying to learn. Like, I'm all about helping them. They're going through, and it can be a lot to digest and take on all this. Where do you think that they start? Like, I know the ascension process or the all of this can sound a little intimidating, but what are some of the, your neighbors, your mom, the crazy people in your family that you are convinced will not go, but maybe one or two will come? Like,
Yeah.
what would you say on starting with them? Where would be a good place to enter in all this?
Well, like my neighbors around here, I can't talk to them about anything like this because they will put crosses in their front yard to make sure I couldn't get close. But I would say the ascension process is automatic. You are along for the ride and you are going somewhere in the higher consciousness arena. See to that you hang around good people, learn from good people, keep your nose clean, is what my mom told it, and just do the best you can for yourself, your family, and other people, and study spiritual principles from someone that makes sense to you, someone that have longevity and credibility. So you're going to be all right. You're going to come through this funnel and you're going to be all right on the other side. Don't worry about it. But worry is organized negative thinking. So don't do any of it. So I would say don't worry. Just do the best you can. And you are going to accelerate into a higher level of consciousness, and it is
You're right.
wonderful
You're
there.
so right.
I've had some really close looks at it, and it's wonderful there.
No, no, and I love your message, and I would love to help get it out there. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and don't worry about AI. I know a lot of people are worrying about that. It will be controlled. Not yet. It's going to be scary for a little bit because they start understanding that AI, not all of the robots are our friends, but it will be controlled.
Mm, that's
So,
fascinating.
yeah,
The closer we get, we'll have to come back and talk more about it.
well, you're breaking
But
up.
you really have, and like I said, there's very few people that have gone and they've taken the.
Well, you're breaking up. Oh, you froze. I'm still moving around, so I know it's not at this end, but you did freeze up. Yep.
and so they're kind of trying to jam maybe like I guess the
Well, you're still breaking up.
AI putting AI into a loop is pretty well the premise of the whole thing. But unless we do something to slow this down here and we put some, regulations, or I don't know who would even regulate it at this point. Um, I am okay. Well, you know what, Aggie, I'm froze. Can you hear me?